Welcome back, everybody. Going right into Rocket League right now. Starting off with an air dribble bump from Okochoro. Not the way I would start here as assistant coach, but, you know, you have to do what you have to do. Good first touch from Okochoro, leading into an air dribble bump. Over 2, it looks like, for 1-0 for PFW Mastodons against Jimmies RL. Not a bad way to start the game. Just came off a little chat with the players here, and they aren't feeling too confident after the scrim, but, you know, so far it's looking pretty good. Good low 50 here from Shrike. Now, Okochoro driving up here for another 50. Liking the initiative that Okochoro is showing so far here, and it's something that he's been working on a lot as well, just being present, being the driving force to get plays going, because I think that's something PFW was lacking at a lot of the time. Just that ability to drive and challenge when need be in making those tough calls. Something that the entire team's been working around, and right now you can kind of see it come to play here. Okochoro gonna go and fake that here for Shrike. Try on the shot, a little awkward for him. Now, gonna have to play this exact defense pretty carefully. Zane gonna pop that over mid from this play. Shrike taking that over. Not much is gonna happen to Creed. Gonna blast that ball over to his teammate here, Xander. Good 50 from Okochoro. Little awkward here. Now Zane is gonna have to dodge a bump. Great save here from Zane, dodging Xander's bump, but now PFW's gonna have to make a pretty crucial save. Jimmy's shooting that off. Now Shrike gets a bump over 1. Noticing a bit of a trend here. These air dribble bumps are going to be the key to victory here for PFW, maybe. Not a lot of booster for Okochoro. He's going to go in and jump. Shrike taking over. Not sure if that was a fake from Okochoro, if that was quite calculated, but Shrike is just going to absolutely 50 that right off the ceiling and into the net. Yeah, I'm not even sure who made contact with that ball at that point. I'm not sure if that was challenged with Jimmy's or if that was challenged with Zane. But it doesn't matter too much here as we get into 2-0. 3 minutes and 26 seconds left on the clock. Okochoro pass that ball over to the side. Now it's up to Zane here to get something going. He's going to land on the back ball. Let's see if teammate from challenges. Top right shatter here from Creed. Take a look at this gameplay right now. Here Zane gets bumped. Now Xander is going to be up. Going to go in and fake. Okochoro will be playing the fake and then Shrike needing to play the shot there, but unfortunately it's just a little too far. It's a really good play here from Jimmy's. All right, bit of a tech pause there, but we are back. And back in the defense, Okochoro just said, no, never mind. We were playing offense here. Still now Zane is going to keep this play going from Okochoro's amazing clear Creed, making a pretty tough save here, but Shrike is just going to slot that right into the bottom of the net. 3-1 for PFW Esports. We honestly didn't miss too much in that tech pause. PFW was just playing a bit of offense. We got stuck into the defense there for just a brief second, but Okochoro slams it off the corner over to Zane, playing a perfect cherry, getting that over to mid. Good kickoff for PFW. Not as possessive as they would maybe hope. Creed is going to go and send that right over. Back onto the orange half. Okochoro need to make a decent play here. A fake honestly will work for PFW. Shrike, a free ball. Good fake here. Shrike playing a lot of pressure, a lot of offense. Now Stone Arrow looking to get a touch on this ball. He's going to fake that for Xander instead. Now Shrike camping that left wall, or right wall rather, sorry. Okochoro, their receive. Stone Arrow is going to jump for that and is going to get a little beat. Now Shrike is going to try and keep going on this play. Let's see how PFW communicates this. The main crucial part for PFW right now is the defense. They cannot slip up here. Jimmies is capable of having some pretty good plays. We've seen a lot of fakes come out of them. And that will absolutely just devastate players if they're not ready for it. Zane gonna touch that over to his teammate here. Now Okachara looking for another 50. Shrike needs to dodge a bump. Really good. Stone Arrow didn't have much of a threat there, so Shrike will have a free right wall. Gets a flick over one. Now does someone from PFW want to contest this? Okajuro, it's going to pass it over Zane. 0 boost here. Needs to get a touch. Gets a good touch. 40 seconds left on the clock. 3-1. Good demo here. Now someone else has to jump for it. PFW clearing out that communication really quickly. Glad to see it. Now Xander will not take that boost. Zane will have it instead. Shrike looking for a pop reset. Does not get it, unfortunately. Now Zane is going to keep this play going. Takes that boost. He's going to look for a touch. Doesn't matter if he gets it or not. A lot of pressure is being generated right now. Jimmy's 0 boost on 15 seconds. Not what you want to see if you are a Jimmy's fan. Zane gets a nice touch onto the back wall. Trying to keep this ball as far away from the blue opponents as they can. Good sacrifice from Shrike right there, preventing a shot from going in. And this will be the conclusion of game 1 here in this best of 5. 3-1 for PFW versus Jimmy's RL. A very, very confident start to the match here. Exactly what PFW wants, but saw a little bit of misses, maybe some miscalculations, but they're looking really good. I'm hoping that they're feeling really good because they have a few more matches to play here, and as I always say, game 2 is where the series really starts. So we'll see if they can keep this up in game number 2, or if Jimmy's will wake up here and get out of defense as fast as possible against PFW. We'll get into game here shortly. Welcome back, everybody. Game number 2 starts here, and like I said before, this is where the series really starts. Shrike, gonna send that over. All right, Jimmy's looking to put up a bit more of a fight this game. Xander going for a fake here. Stone Arrow, last man back, is gonna have to go for a play. PFW is just far deep into their net, so that wouldn't be a big counterattack, so well played there from Jimmy's, identifying that space. Good touch here from Shrike, passing this over to the mid. Okojuro, great challenge there, really good decision. He knows he can't get the boost. Now Zane is intercepting this pass. I'm loving the offense here from PFW. They're very coordinated today. Very happy to see that. Shrike looking for an air dribble bump. You can see the coordination that I'm talking about right now. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Looking for that air dribble bump while passing it over to your teammate. Very happy to see that they're coordinated right now. Now Creed is going to try and 50s over Okajuro. Not the greatest 50 from him. Could have been in a pretty unfortunate spot after that, but works out pretty well. Shrike gets a decent touch. Xander is going to look for a demo on Okajuro. A bit unavoidable, but Zane taking charge here, looking for a shot top right. Will be saved by Stone Arrow. Now Shrike up to him to maybe get a play going here, but Jimmy's will be sending this over to the orange half instead. Shrike. Good touch. This might be an open net here. Creed has to make a pretty hard save to get this out of a dangerous situation, but seems like it works out pretty well. Now, PFW, is this a signature shot? No, it won't be. Shrike, nice try getting that skim off, but instead he's going to pass that down mid. Now, Creed gets beat here from Okojuro. The offense unrelenting for PFW right now.
And this is what we like to see coming from PFW. I'm just gonna join you randomly here. Hello, how's it going?
Hi, random voice from
the ether.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it seems like for my joining, PFW loses control of the ball. Is Zane up to the roof there? We're gonna see Creed get a good demo on Shrike. Offense now in the Jimmy's favor. Kind of tell me, since I'm joining you so late,
Yeah.
kind of tell me what's been going on.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm noticing that Jimmies is playing very aggressive. I think they're looking for a lot of cheap demos on third. I say cheap in a condescending way, I really don't. But it seems like they're pushing very far into the orange half, even when they don't have a play, to get some demos, because they know that if PFW is out of position here on defense, that they'll be in a very awkward spot and a goal will be generated. I believe that Jimmies has found the weakness, but PFW needs to stay on offense here. They need to keep clearing this ball really hard. They've been doing a pretty good job of finding each other, but right now the 50s are not going their way.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's definitely a strategy we've seen in competitive Rocket play in the past couple of years. Not at like higher tournament levels anymore, because like you said, there is a little bit of cynicism like towards both doing it and watching it, right?
Yeah.
We're not here to watch everybody get demoed every second. And wow,
Yeah, that was close.
that was a little dangerously close for PFW there. Just a slide off angle, and it looks like Jimmy's kind of doing a self-goal save for PFW there. A little bit odd.
Little awkward for sure, but the pressure continues for Jimmy's as they build up here. Nice clear, but it's not going to mount too much. However, this touch does not find any Jimmy's member. Creed is going to play off the
Oh my
Okachuro.
goodness.
Great defense, but PFW has to still keep going here. Someone needs to cover Okachuro. Okachuro gets a good 50 here. Now Strike takes the boost. It has to be him. He has to get something done here. He's going to do it.
Right there. What a goal. If they did not manage to get out of that corner, that little bit of a mosh pit that was going on right there, I definitely see like the Jimmies having gotten their goal for the first series. And honestly, what a long goal for this second match. Definitely different than what we saw in the first match tonight. PFW just being super offensive and having a lot of presence on the field, unless you have something else to say about that.
No, I mean, I have to agree. I feel like the floodgates have finally opened here for the match. And this is like the game 2 effect, you know? It's never going to look anything close to what you saw before. Good 50s here, good demos here. Let's talk about the physicality too. Both teams getting very physical right now.
Yeah, this has to be the most like consecutive demos, like within
go.
such a short amount of time.
No flip reset there from Strike, actually. I forgot we have a flip reset indicator. He's feeling a little scammed right now, not getting a flip there at all. I saw an incredible play for him, and unfortunately, he got the pop that would indicate a flip reset, but no
it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
I will say, good for Okachuro being there, right, to regain possession of the ball. But it looks like with 7 seconds on the ball, as long as PFW continues to hold possession towards this back wall into this left corner, we should be fine. It looks like it is going to be PFW's take this game.
Yeah, a lot of physicality. If I were PFW right now, I'd be talking about physicality. How do we avoid these demos? You saw it the last few seconds. Their immediate reaction is if they see someone like Zane sitting in the midfield, they're going to go for a demo.
Yeah.
How do you avoid that? How do you get around it? How do you position for it? How do you talk about it? A lot of questions we answered in Game 3 as we jump right in.
Yeah, because I mean that's one thing that we don't worry, I'm the ghost right next to you. Where am I?
Where is he?
But we are gonna go right into this Game 3 here. It looks like. But like, well, yeah, when we talk about physicality and within these past games, it's kind of man on man. But this is more trying to avoid that physicality where we're getting like demoed left and right. I don't. it's definitely an odd inverse to play through, because either you can be more aggressive towards them, right? Start calling them out. Because one thing I'm noticing about the University of the Jimmies, University of Jamestown, is that they are super grounded. I think this is the most grounded team we faced off this semester.
Wow, look at that shot.
What in the world?
Really good play here. Let's recap this really quick.
He had some finesse.
Yeah, good pass from Okachuro, and then really good shot there from Zane. That's something those two are really good at doing. You know, just in this really awkward situations, finding a goal.
Hey, I mean, we'll take it, but for overall gameplay, it shouldn't come down to that, right? You should, being able to have that adaptability and work well with one another to fix and course correct to get a goal, huge. But it's making sure that you're not put into that situation, which we've seen plenty of universities who have kind of either dominated us or we've dominated them, where we've seen that, where it's complete possession. I would say, not last week's game, 2 weeks ago, was a good example of
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
But-
possession's the biggest thing. You can lose the game if you're playing against someone significantly worse than you if you don't have the possession, right? And possession is not just assumed to always be had against better teams, but yeah, no, you're right. Like, positions like that shouldn't be happening very often, but when they do happen, you know, it's something that PFW is really good at handling, finding a weakness in just their armor.
Yeah, and I think one thing we're doing right now is we're kind of playing around. Ooh, whether that was an intentional fake or not.
Don't think so. Really don't think so.
Really don't think so either.
A little bit of a mismatch here on the game plan ideas. Now, yeah, this is the thing, right? You cannot let that ball go back to your net against a team like Jimmy's because they're going to go for the bump every single time. Zane will be fine in most of these situations, but like Creed is onto him. He knows what the plan is.
Yeah, and that was right when I was about to say we finally found the exploit in the Jimmy's plan, but then we just kind of handed it right to him on a silver platter. Yeah, we let the ball get onto our side, and since they were there, they knew, hey, wait, if we handle this, if we get this tag, then we can get our goal and level it 1-1 with 3 minutes left here on the clock. Zane winning the 50 there. As we see Shrike go up, he's going to have to make a huge play as he goes into the corners.
Or a fake here for Okuchiro, and behind him.
Oh.
Nice try. Now, Shrike should have a pretty decent bang. Oh, he doesn't get the boost there, so a little awkward for him. Now, someone from PFW has to take this boost. I think no one got it from PFW. Okuchiro, last man standing with boost right now on the PFW side. He's going to have to do a lot of work. Shrike, good bang. Okuchiro is going to look for a fake here on that challenge. Now, both of them in the corner. Zane in a very precarious situation.
I've been wondering, where has Zane been? I'm playing World's Waldo right now with Zane, trying to figure out where he is on the field, what he's watching out for, if he's watching out for the Jimmies or trying to play aggressive, because I know that's something that Zane has been doing really well. Wow! What an angle. We got to watch that back.
Yeah,
hold up.
Interesting 50.
What is that? That is the sharpest. That was at the bottom.
Yeah.
That goal came, that's insane.
Yeah.
And so that's gonna, I'm lost for words. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little lost right now, but Shrike going down for a fast goal, gets off the back wall of the corner. Okajoro, PFW having no boost already at the start of this kickoff.
Oh, and another goal falls down for Jimmy. It's very unfortunate goals happening right now for PFW. You can see a pretty okay challenge, but just slips a little too far away from Zane, and he's not able to get a good read on it. So that will fall right through. Very awkward. Could be played a bit better if that third man could read that ball, but maybe a better 50 could be made instead. It's hard to say, but right now, just a lot of unfortunate choices are being made.
And so Shrike almost going on what looked, at least perspective-wise, as an open goal. PFW trying to keep the pressure on them, but no one there. Whoa. Ball just projectile down the course. Yeah. As I feel like whenever we're hitting the ball, it just feels slow tonight. It doesn't feel like our presence on ball and with one another are quite there. We're doing a lot of these individual plays. Take that back. That was a really good pass there. I think that was from Okajoro. Yeah, over to Shrike.
Over to Zane.
Oh, Zane and then to Shrike. Oh, the power of friendship. We'll take that to go 2-3 against the Jimmies. I do think that this is very comebackable.
Yeah.
It's just we have to. I don't know. It's a communication.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring it up because I think for like games 1 and 2, I disagree with you. But game 3, you know, there is no teamwork up until that goal. It just felt like we weren't looking at each other, but looking at how to get out of a situation individually. And that's not how you want to approach this game at a high level.
Exactly. This isn't singles online.
Yeah, this isn't
or solo
Q3s.
Yeah.
Singles.
Singles. Even though that is game mode. Whoops.
That's true. Good old ones.
Good old ones. Okajoro.
Nice 50s here. That's the kind of 50 I'm talking about. And that's going to go top left. That's the type of 50 that I've been making PFW do. These low 50s, right? Just, you don't have to flip into it. Let the ball bounce off of you onto the sidewall, and Shrike will be there ready to slot that in. And Okajoro continuing to look for a bump. A perfect play. 3-3, 33 seconds left on the clock.
Match point, I have to give them.
Yeah.
So the Jimmies, PFW has nothing to lose, and I think that is shown in kind of how lackadaisical their gameplay has gotten.
Yeah.
But it is looking like PFW trying to make a comeback. I feel as if we go overtime here, that unless PFW gets out of their own rearview mirrors, that it might be a point for the Jimmies here.
Yeah, that was a very, actually, very intense defense. It didn't look like there was much of a threat, but Jimmies needs a score here. They need a goal right here. It's up to Okajura to defend it. They really tried. They botched it a little bit, but that's a lot of pressure to have. That defense, really, really concerning. I'm glad we got out of it. Didn't look too threatening, but that was a bad position to be in. Now Shrike trying to do what he did in game 1. Won't work out for him. Now Zane is going to continue this play. Trying to get something off the ceiling right now. Won't be able to, but Jimmy's very awkward. They have to make sure they don't get baited into the corner. PFW has to play this carefully. Shrike 0 boost right now. Zane needs to go for the shell.
And so a good 50 there from PFW. Going to take it back to their side of the field. Creed just kind of watching the ball. Okajura winning the 50 is now able to continue to chase the ball as he takes it to the ceiling. Over to Shrike, and Shrike getting the winning goal for tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what happened here. So Okajuro gets bumped by Creed, and then Shrike is just going to take a shot. Xander, so awkward. May have been savable, but there's so much to defend there. Shrike is just going to take a point-blank shot right at his face, and there's nothing he can do about it.
And that, honestly, that was the smoothest. Yeah, don't worry. I'm right next to you. Don't worry. That was the smoothest, I think, victory or goal that we had in that third set. I will say I'm still surprised that we went to overtime.
Yeah.
I think they should have definitely gotten that goal, and we should have gone to game 4. But I guess we'll take that, right?
Yeah, it just really felt like thin hairs, right? Like that is like the gap we had from losing and winning. The offense looked really good. We were able to find each other. We were looking for air dribble bumps. We felt decent mechanically, I'd say. I don't think we did anything too complicated, but the simple stuff we were able to execute on. The problem was the defense, and it's always been the defense. I wouldn't say it was too bad this time. Their game 3 was a little shaky on some positions, but you can definitely tell when PFW is uncomfortable, and that's something that Jimmy's identified very quickly. Just looking for those bumps, looking to put the ball in awkward situations. They played pretty well, and I definitely think that's a team that we should be paying attention to come bracket time. Yeah, here you go. Here's the secret microphone, Ghost.
I was totally here this whole time.
I think you've abducted it. Oh, it's there. It's hiding. Okay. The ghost is actually a real person.
Hi. No, so I mean, yeah, that is definitely something, because they're definitely making it to playoffs.
Yes, I believe we'll confirm it, I'm sure, in a post here soon, but I believe we are pretty well set into playoffs here.
Yeah, but it's definitely something they have to work on, is that defense, because, I mean, it was nothing impressive, that third game.
Yeah, just a lot of the same situations occurring where they can get it out with a few good challenges, but a lot of challenges they're making, you know, when it's time to get serious, I think they aren't paying much attention to it. So that's definitely a note for PFW. Jimmy's, really good try there. I'm liking the physicality. That's definitely something they can do more often, but I think what they need to work on more is their individual capabilities.
Yeah.
Getting that ball forward was something that they were struggling with a bit.
Yeah, and as someone who just observes Rocket League, don't get that. Don't take that away from your gameplay. That honestly makes you so unique as a team. Because how many other teams did we see this semester that like caught on to that?
Every single team that's been very demo heavy is a team we remember very well.
Exactly, and I at least maybe one team this semester that I can think of.
Yeah,
I can't think of the
name.
name.
We know the individual players. Like we reference them. You know, they come up in your dreams. So Creed, we will be seeing you in our dreams.
Same to you, Xander. Like holy smokes.
Yeah.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad tonight.
No, yeah, they had good ideas. It just, I think they lacked that individual capability to really execute on a lot of plays. But I think they have like the second half of a playmaking. They know what to do off ball. They don't know what to do on ball. And I think that's something we're struggling with on defense as well.
Yeah.
Not really sure what to do on ball, but off ball, I think we're looking at the right ideas.
Yeah. And so hopefully this is something we take into the next week, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Something that we can find soon, because I know what RLCS is happening this Friday.
RLCS is having this Friday. We will not be competing, but yeah, I guess do watch RLCS if you are interested in following Rocket League teams. Go NRG. We are big NRG fans here. But
Am
yeah,
I a big energy fan?
we are big NRG fans here.
We are big energy fans.
We all are big NRG fans here. You know, at PFW Esports, if we could have NRG brand, it would be here. So NRG, please sponsor us.
Please.
Don't think it's something they can do, but please do.
Yeah, right? And yeah, I think that's going to be all tonight for PFW.
Yeah.
A really strong league game outside of the technical difficulties, but a really good start tonight against Manchester. And then obviously a victory against the Jimmies.
Yeah.
So,
2-0 for PFW today for League and Rocket League. So happy to be here. Happy to witness it.
Yeah, well, hopefully they do win, because it was a best of
Yes,
three.
we
So
don't know
League
yet.
is still actively playing. So best of luck to both a Manchester and PFW Gold team for League. But I think that's going to be us for tonight, right?
I think so.
Make sure to join us back tomorrow, as we'll have Valorant. I forget who their opponents are, but it will be hopefully around 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll find out.
You'll find out. But other than that, I've been the ghost on the comms.
Where? He's gone. He's vanished. And I am the very real person, Funky Soul. Definitely a real jump scare. Who is this man? I don't know him. I am Funky Soul. Nice meeting you all. Nice talking to you. I will see you next week.